Friends, Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Mezco 112 Collective Batman 1989. Finally, I pre-ordered this puppy back in 2020 and it finally came. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as I can. With Flash, the Flash movie coming out, the controversial Flash movie coming out, I was so excited to see the return of Michael Keaton as Batman. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Michael Keaton is my Batman. For many people, it's Christian Bale. For some people, it's Ben Affleck, who I think is fantastic. And for some people now it's Robert Pattinson, but my Batman has always been Michael Keaton. So when they were releasing this figure, I just had to get it. So Mezco 112 Collective Batman 1989 Michael Keaton version from the very first Batman movie. So let's bust this baby open. I love this logo. I believe this is the Batman Returns logo though. Just nice. I just love the shading of the yellow within the logo. It looks great. There it is on the side of the box, man. Even just this printing here, that takes me back to when the original action figures came out. Actually, I picked up this old school Robin the other day. And this is the Robin I had as a little kid. I found this at a hobby store the other day, and see the matching packaging. Isn't that something? Anyhow, so here's the back of the box. This is that beautiful image in the end of the film when they present the bat signal for the first time. Here's various images of the production images of the figure, capturing some great scenes from the movie. It just looks so nice. There's the bottom of the box and the top of the box. And let's bust this baby open. So excited for this figure. And I'm going to pull him out. What do we got inside the box? We have instructions. So, okay, so it looks like you have to attach the cape with the cowl and placing it onto the torso. This shows you how to bend the figure and its range of motion. Let's see, it says in order to avoid damage to the body of the figure, it is recommended that you do not excessively bend any part of the body. The range of motion is for most parts is between 60 and 90 degrees. Not place the figure in areas with high temperature and humidity. Do not leave exposed directly to sunlight or extended periods of time. Do not touch the figure with sharp objects. Rub with any kind of solvent or apply direct heat of any kind. Excessive manipulation of the figure may cause decoration finish to be dulled. All right, so I mean, very fragile figure. It is a collector's item. It looks like the eyes move on the back of the cowl, which is pretty cool. So very exciting. So instructions there. What is this? This is product care guidelines. I'm not going to read that to you, but that comes in the box as well. Okay, so let's get this baby open. And hopefully I won't dump everything all over the place. I mean, just look at how delicate that is. It comes with one piece of plastic covering him. Oh, and then you also have a piece of plastic covering his cowl. And then you have a piece of plastic behind to protect the figure. And we're going to pull this off. And wow, this is something. He looks so tiny, though. I'm very surprised how small his body is. Granted, Michael Keaton wasn't that big in the suit. And this is a rubber body. So that's an interesting design. I did not expect that. This is what he looks like from behind. This is where you can move the eyes. But the body is rubber. And it's sort of like a weathered gray look. See if we can get a close look at that. The utility belt can slide up and down, it looks like a little bit. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, the level of detail on this is amazing. Absolutely beautiful. And let's get a look at that cowl. You can see in there are the eyes. And you can move them from side to side. On the back of the head here. Pretty impressive. I've never owned the Hot Toys figures, so but I'm pretty sure you could do that on these. So yeah, this is rubber, and this could wear out pretty easily. So I can see why they gave you those directions. Let's check out the articulation while we have them out. So his shoulders can go up pretty high, and it's a shame that this is rubber actually, because this is gonna rot. Like, this figure is not going to last many years, unfortunately. But shoulders go up that high. Let's see if we have any sort of... There's a butterfly joint in there. Super tight. I'm like really afraid to touch this. Let's see. We got elbow rotation. It goes... The elbow actually bends more than 90, so that's nice. The gauntlets, like, look at the level of detail. Those are actually really sharp, and I'd be careful with that. You can even see the stitching on the inside of the glove. Oh, and there's like the metal thing that he stops the guy with up in the bell tower. If you remember that scene, he sort of like puts his hand out like that and stops the guy with blades in his boots. We got pretty decent articulation in the wrist. The back of the glove, you can see that. Okay, what else do we got here? We can move the head around. It's actually on a magnet, so that's pretty interesting. He could never really move his head very much anyhow. That was a big complaint by Michael Keaton, because he always had to do the superhero turn. He had to turn his full body because he couldn't really move his neck in the Batman suit. Okay, so what about the torso? This is all squishy rubber. Just so you guys can see this, we have a really nice crunch there. Oh, that's it's not very tight because of the magnet. We have a nice back bend there. What else do we have? No ball joint. We have a little bit of torso rotation, but I think you want to be very careful with that. Let's check out the hips. A little bit awkward. I think the joints on the inside are out of alignment because it's kind of hard for me to move the hips. So we now have a nice straddle. I can lift the leg up, but it's very difficult. Super tight. We got the double jointed knee, or it may not be double jointed, but it just bends very nicely. And the rubber has to stay on whatever metal's on the inside. So it's really hard for me to move his legs up and down. This leg doesn't even want to lift up, so I'm afraid of snapping that. So I'm going to be gentle with that. I think because it's out of alignment on the inside. So I just need to be careful. Let's see. The greaves here, or shin guards, if you want to call them that, they look amazing. They look just like they did in the movie. I always loved this design, this sort of angular design. I liked when in the New 52, when they redesigned Nightwing and they gave him the 89 Batman like greaves and bracers. Wow, look at the bottom of his shoes. That classic Nike pattern. They said they just gave Michael Keaton Nike shoes and just dressed him up with the armor. We have an ankle pivot. There is no toe articulation, but a nice ankle pivot. The hinge doesn't really go down very far, so we can only put the foot down, because you can see on the back of the box how his toes are like pointed down. You can't really point his toes down very far, so you kind of have, goes up about that high, so not very flexible. And because they have him in this pose like that on the back of the box. And yeah, my particular figure, his hips are weird, so I'm gonna have to figure that out after the video, why it's so tight. It seems like it's out of alignment. I feel like I'm taking Michael Keaton Batman to physical therapy here. Here's a good look at the belt. See, I'm already getting like dust particles over this by like handling it. I feel like some of the paint already rubbed off on it. So you want to be careful. So maybe this rubber is kind of neat, but it's also not the best choice, because I don't think it's going to last long versus if it was just all plastic. And I don't know, but it's like, and maybe that's why it took so long to get this figure out. I mean, that was all the way back in 2020. And this figure is finally coming out 3 years later. So that's what he looks like from the back without the cape. That's what he looks like from the front. And let's get a good look at some other. So you get 4 cows. 4 cows, but no, oh man, and there goes all the batarangs. 4 cows and no Bruce Wayne head. So since I just dumped the batarangs, let's get a good look at them. They're very small batarangs. I didn't think they'd be that small. A little bit detail on them. So here is another cow. I don't know what the difference of this one is. Oh, okay. So on this cow, you don't have the movable eyes. But on this cow, you do. So if you want to, for whatever reason, his eyes are, I can only move them that way on this cow. So if you can see that, I moved his eyes. They can go straight or all that way. But on this cow, he does not have movable eyes. Let me see if we can get in focus there. Yeah. So this one has the movable eyes. This one doesn't. So you get that cow. That's what it looks like on the bottom. I always loved this design, how the cow like went over his cape and he folded his cape over his shoulders and concealed himself. Then you get this cow. Well, I really like this one. This is the battle damaged one when he's in the church. This does not have movable eyes, but it's nice and beat up. I'll probably display it with this one. Look at the bruise on the chin and the puffy Michael Keaton lips. Michael Keaton has a very distinguished lips. And what else? We got one more. This is unbattle damaged. His mouth is open a little bit and he's just talking. We have no movable eyes. So you get 4 cows or 4 head sculpts, however you want to put it. See, I think I appreciate this, but I think it's excessive. I would have rather had a Bruce Wayne head instead of like this head or this head. That's just me. I like a Michael Keaton unmasked head. Always like an unmasked head if my hero has a mask. So what do we get? So we get 4 batarangs, and they're all the same. The ones I dumped. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 batarangs. I'm trying not to spill this. We get, this stuff is really tiny. So we get, what is this? I'm trying to pull this out. I'm not sure what that is. I can't remember. I don't know if it's like his communicator for the Batmobile or if it's like a smoke pellet cartridge. I'm not sure what this is. So you get that thing. You get also you get a throwing star. I don't remember Batman 89. I don't ever remember him having a throwing star, but he has a throwing star. And I'm going to assume... Oh, and I lost it. Okay, so I'm going to pull out this next layer that has the cape underneath it, because that's where I lost. I believe this is either a dart or one of the smoke pellets that he smashes. So that's pretty cool in terms of accessories. So this is great. I love his grappling gun. So we get the grappling gun there, which is amazing. And looks like it doesn't collapse. But that is his grappling gun. So you have that. You get a bendy wire with the hook on the end. And you can, let's see if we can attach that to, yeah, and you can port that in the grappling gun like so. So you have that option. Pretty cool. And what else do we have? You have another grappling device. I think this is what he hooks to his belt and sort of like slides down and projects on, or maybe it's just the same. Yeah, this is the grappling hook that he uses when he rescues Vicky Vale, and he asks her how much she weighs. He's like, whatever you do, don't let go, and she like flies up and screams. That was Kim Basinger's role in that movie. Just like, you're gonna scream all the time. That's all you're gonna do is scream. And you get 1, 2, 3 extra sets of hands. So you have an open hand. Look at that detail on the inside. Painted silver there. There's like different colors. It's gray and black and metallic silver. Awesome. So you get an open hand. What else? You get sort of a closed grabbing hand. Assume you can hold the weapons with that. And then you get an even tighter hand. And I imagine we can put like a batarang in here. So, I mean, they really give you so many options for accessories, which I appreciate with these collector's items, but most of the time they sit in the package. So there's him holding a batarang. Let's swap out a hand here. Ooh, careful with that. That made me nervous, like I was going to snap it off. And we can pop that on like so. And there he is holding up, or trying to hold a batarang, as it just fell off. Yeah, just like that. It's challenging to get that in there. But yeah, he can hold a batarang. That hand. And what else do we have? Comes with a little pouch to hold the accessories. I don't even know why I would open that up. Wow. Okay, so many accessories. Okay. What do we got? We have there's that quote from Jack Nicholson Joker where he's like, where does he get all those wonderful toys? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull them all out. So here's the stand that it comes with. So there's a display stand, the classic logo on there. Looks like you get a second cape. So this, I'll compare the capes in a moment. But it looks like you get 2 capes. You get a Batarang with a wire attached to it. And this is a bendy wire. I don't want to unspool that. And then you get that's his Batmobile communicator right there. And then you get this is the awesome grappling hook that shoots out 2 sides and he slides down. And this is what he rescues Vicky Vale with. And that actually has some articulation on it so you can move it. And it looks like that'll snap on to his wrist. Take that Batarang out. Don't want to lose anything. So many wonderful accessories to choose from. And that can go on his wrist like so. If you want to display it with that, and it's painted that nice gold, I don't know what color you would call that. It's the same color as this logo, but sort of like a rusty gold color, or maybe even a rose gold. It looks kind of like a rose gold color, but just wonderful levels of detail. That's actually really sharp, and that can hurt you. So I'm going to put that back in there like so. All right, so let's take a look at the capes. So here is a gel preservation pack that they actually put in the first cape. Pull that out, and this cape. All right, so this cape has bendy wires in it, like so. And then there's a second cape, which I don't know, honestly, I think is a little bit redundant. So they give you 2 capes, one with bendy wire and one without. So here's the one without, and we're going to put the one with the bendy wire on Batman. And nice and simple, you just pop the head off, and it's held on by a magnet, piece of cake. And then, oh man, I don't know. This looks like this is not going to go on very well. So, yes, there is a collar, but it just doesn't like fit on nicely, which is really annoying. So it's like, how does that even go on there? I don't even know. And then, so that's actually kind of sloppy. It's held on by the magnet. And then you can put it on. That's going to take some messing with. So that's the cape with the bendy wire. It doesn't go on very well. Let's try the cape without the bendy wire and see if we have better luck. And nope, not looking like it. Yeah, so that's really sloppy. So that's kind of what it looks like without the bendy wire cape. And I don't know, geez, that's kind of a bummer. All right, so wish they would have thought of that better. Because like this does not go on snug and plush. So that is unfortunate. But anyhow, so there's a wire on the edges there. And there's a wire. So there's not a wire on each seam. So there's 4 wires total. on the edges and 2 on the inside. So you can sort of do that. So this is really irritating. I'm irritated by this because it's like you wait so long for something, and it's not like this was, what, $150 on the pre-order. So, and it just doesn't fit properly. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'm going to have to mess with that. But anyhow, so that's kind of what he looks like. Anyhow, I love this figure for the most part. I'm going to have to mess with the cape. And I'm sure you guys are going to have to mess with it too, if and when you get yours. Because you want it, because he always has the cape hanging over his shoulders, and it looks really nice and neat. And this just doesn't look nice and neat. So anyhow, this is Batman 1989, Michael Keaton. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And God bless you all. I hope you get your figure and you enjoy it. Peace.